Good evening, everybody. I haven't posted a YouTube video actually in several months, and I've gotten a few messages from some of my followers, and they had noticed that I haven't posted anything, and they were just checking on me and concerned about me, and I wanted to say how much I really appreciate that. So I was just going to let you guys know that yes, I am still alive, and actually, my youngest son was who said, "Mom, you ought to post about this topic." I was telling him about this. So I recently bought out some storage units, and I'm still going through all the items and have found so many neat things. And one of the things that I came across was quite a bit of jewelry. And I'm not real knowledgeable on jewelry, but I have in the past watched several videos about Bakelite. And right when I saw this bangle in particular, I just had a thought that I think that might be Bakelite. And I think this one is less likely to be Bakelite, but it's definitely vintage. And to me, it is so pretty and bright and cheery. I like bangles. I remember kind of a turquoise one that I had as a teenager that my mother had bought me, and I have no idea what happened to it, but I wish I still had it. But this one in particular, um, some of the things that are common to Bakelite is they have a little bit of a heaviness to them. They're heavier than you would expect. And there's ways that you can test to see if they are truly Bakelite. The most common way is to order a tube of a polish that's called semi-chrome, but it's about $15 a tube. And I thought, just to test two bracelets, I don't think that would be a very wise expenditure. Now, if I started finding quite a few things like this, it would end up being more worth it. I mean, you only use a little drop. And so once you get the tube, it's going to last you a very long time, probably years. But there are other ways you can test it. One is to kind of make a baking soda paste and use a cotton swab and rub it on there. And it's not as foolproof. And I tried that and it didn't seem to me like it was working. But another way is to either run it under hot water or to rub on an area of it and cause heat and friction and then smell of it. Now, this has no aroma to it initially, but when I rub on it and get some friction going and then smell of it, to me, it has a very pungent smell in that little area. Thankfully, it does fade away as it cools off. But that's one of the ways you can tell is that from heat, I guess it maybe causes kind of like a chemical reaction, and it's supposed to smell like formaldehyde, or it's said kind of like pickles or vinegar or even burnt matches. I don't know if that's what it smells like, but it smells very pungent. And I did a Google Lens on this bracelet, and anything on Worth Point that it brings up, I can't tell what it's sold for because I don't have a subscription. And then it also brought up a couple of things on Etsy, but it has foreign symbols that I can't really tell how much it's saying it's for sale for. And then I found one on eBay. And the one on eBay is listed for sale. There are no sold comps, but the one that's for sale, they're asking $180 for it. And of course, just because they're asking a price for something, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it's going to go for. But all of the different listings call it Bakelite. And so I'm pretty confident that this is Bakelite. And then another thing is it makes kind of a certain clunk sound, and it makes me think of dominoes clonking together. It reminds me of my childhood. In particular, I think about my granddad McClellan. He always had a set of dominoes. I can picture the cabinet where he kept them in the kitchen, and he always took real good care of them. And I had to ask permission to use them, but he would let me get them out, and I would play in the floor there in front of his chair where he was sitting in the living room, and I would use them like blocks and build little houses and things. And then my other grandparents always had dominoes also, and we played a lot of 42. And if you're not familiar with 42, it's kind of similar to Moon. Bakelite, it's very interesting if you want to look it up a little bit and do a little reading about how Bakelite came to be. It's interesting, and it's You can find it in jewelry, some of your vintage kitchenware. The handles and things can be made of Bakelite. Sometimes even like a purse. You never know. And game pieces. And game pieces can be made of Bakelite. Like backgammon pieces and things. You never know when you might come across it. And I think the more you deal with it, these people who are familiar with it, they can just almost tell right off whether it's Bakelite or not. But anyway, that's just something kind of interesting that I thought I'd share with you guys. And also just let you guys know, yeah, I'm still here, and hopefully soon I'll get back to posting some YouTube videos, as it's something that I really do enjoy. But we've had kind of a hectic few months. We've had some really good things happen these last few months, and some kind of stressful things too. And so just like you guys probably all have worrisome things in your life and things also to celebrate. And I just always appreciate you guys' prayers. Thanks so much, and have a great evening. Bye-bye, guys.